Welcome to Resilience Strength Time, otherwise known as ReST. It's a program of Volunteers of America, and I'm the program administrator for it. We are giving you this introduction to ReST, so you'll have some sense of what happens in a group in case you were wondering what the program is all about. So when you log into your meeting, you'll meet your co-facilitators who are hosting the meeting, and they will ask you to introduce yourself by your first name or your full name, whichever you choose, to other people in the group. And there'll be up to 6 of you in the group in addition to the 2 co-facilitators. And the groups vary quite a bit in size, but the maximum will be 6. After you introduce yourselves, the facilitators will just say a little bit about moral distress and moral resilience, the information already on the website, just a reminder, and also to remind you about confidentiality and the importance of listening as well as sharing. And then they'll instruct you in a mindfulness breathing, which is always very helpful to calming down stress, but also to prepare for the sharing and listening time. And then they'll take you through a guided meditation that will open up the time for sharing. And then the meeting just happens. People share, and then there'll be a little bit of a conclusion at the end. So the structure of it is pretty simple. Most of it is time for you to talk and listen to others and support each other, because we know that for frontline caregivers, COVID-19 has made the work a lot more difficult, and we want to support you in that work and help you stay connected to your best self and your sense of worth and the importance of the work you're doing. So enjoy, I hope. It's the time in ReST. It's not always easy to share painful feelings, but we believe that when you do, it takes the sting out of them and it helps you be more resilient. So welcome to ReST.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our ReST group. This group is for you. I'd like to welcome you. So thank you very much for showing up and being here. And let's see, I've got a little bit of housekeeping here. Make sure that everybody is where we can see you and see your names. Very good, very good. All right, so I'd like to start off with some introductions. I'd like to ask each of you to introduce yourself, say something about what it is you do work-wise, and maybe answer this question just for fun. If you were an animal, what would you be? And so I'm Jim Wong, and I'm a facilitator trainer with Volunteers of America. And if I were an animal, I would be Dumbo the flying elephant. And Anna, would you like to introduce yourself and then perhaps call on others?
Hello, my name is Anna, and I work for Volunteers of America in California. I work as a care coordinator at a shelter, and I would be a flying pig if I could be any animal. Bruce, would you like to go?
Okay, Bruce, I'm a housing property manager with Volunteers of America, and I am also a volunteer fire rescue for the last 27 years, and I'm retired from the Navy. And if I was going to be an animal, I'd be a wolf. That's my spirit animal.
Very nice.
Great.
Pat, would you like to go next?
Sure. My name is Pat. I've worked in a nursing home for the past 30 years, and I would be a giraffe.
Great. Steve, would you like to go next? We don't hear you, Steve.
Maybe while Steve's getting that squared away, we can go on to someone else. Stephanie, would you like to share or introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Stephanie, and I'm a counselor with Volunteers of America. And today, if I was an animal, I'd be a manatee.
All right. And Raven? Raven, can you hear me?
Smith, and I work as yes, can you hear me?
It's a little bit faint, but yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Raven Smith, and I work as an independent consultant at a nursing home. And if I could be any type of animal, it would be a lion.
Wow. Wow. Wonderful. All right. It looks like we may have lost Stephen altogether. So thank you, everybody, and welcome again. In REST, we use something. I'd like to introduce you to something called belly breathing. Some of you may be familiar with this already. It's a common yoga practice. But when we are stressed, we tend to take short, shallow breaths with a tense neck and shoulders and chest, which keeps us stressed. REST uses belly breathing to slow our heart rate, lower stress, and help us focus on the present moment. We use it to prepare to listen and share, but it is also something that you can do at any time you feel stressed. Your belly should push out when you inhale and go in as you exhale very slowly. Okay, so now I'd like to invite you to practice belly breathing with me now. We'll do 3 breaths together. And so I'd like to invite you to put your feet on the floor and sit up in your chair, not leaning back, not leaning forward, and not leaning to either side, just relaxed but not slouching. Please be sure that you have an upright back with a slight curve in your spine, just above your hips. You want your belly to have plenty of room to expand. Hold your head straight so your ears are in line with your shoulders and hips. We'll do 3 breaths together, inhaling through your nose to a count of 4 as you push your belly out, and then holding it for a count of 2, and then exhaling through your mouth to a count of 8 as you pull your belly in. You might find it helpful to make a sound as you exhale and help you control the speed of your exhale, and also I think it helps relieve the tension even more. So ready, begin. We'll do this now. So breathing in through your nose, 3, 4, hold. Now breathe out through your mouth, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 3, 4, hold. Now breathe out, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in again, hold, and breathe out, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Thank you, everybody. Now that we've learned and practiced this belly breathing, I'd like to invite you to join me in a short meditation that I'll guide you through. And during this meditation, this will be short, but during the meditation, I will be pausing after each statement that I make. And the pause may be short, 4 or 5 seconds, or it may be long. So if there's a long silence, that doesn't mean that I've fallen asleep. I'm still with you. All right, so this is a meditation we call a body scan. And I'd like to ask you to feel the weight of your body on your chair. Keep breathing regularly at your own pace and close your eyes. Now notice your feet on the floor touching the floor. And notice your legs against the chair, the pressure of the chair against your legs. And notice your hips and your abdomen, and let them relax. Bring your attention to your shoulders and arms. Let them relax. Notice your neck, your throat, and let them relax. And next, soften your jaw. Let your facial muscles be soft. And now I'd like to ask you to bring your attention back to what you were feeling when you logged in just a few minutes ago. And now I'd like to ask you what you would like to share. Think about what you would like to share that brought you to this meeting today. All right. Now let's take a deep breath, a collective deep breath, and open your eyes. Come back into our Zoom meeting. Anna, I see that, yeah, thank you for being willing to go first. I see that you have that number. So yeah, would you like to share now?
Yes, as I mentioned before, I am a care coordinator at a homeless shelter. And so as an essential worker, I have to go go to work in person, regardless of the rest of the city being shut down and everyone being asked to stay home. And I think I feel very frustrated with my community because it seems like we're spending a lot of time trying to disprove whether or not masks are effective. And I just feel like I don't get to choose to stay home. So I would hope that everyone could just get on the same page, and even if they aren't 100% effective, just at least try, because it would help me feel a lot more safe. Thank you.
Yeah, it really can be challenging, and I thank you for that. Yeah, it's frustrating, and we don't know what to say, do we? Sometimes. All right, so thank you again, Anna. And Pat, would you like to share?
Sure. I feel conflicted. You know, I'm an older person. I've been working in the nursing home for 30 years. And recently, my husband and I both came down with COVID. He's in the hospital right now on a ventilator, and I cannot be there with him. And, you know, I've been with my clients all these years, and recently I've been thinking about retiring, but it's still too early, and we do need an income. But look what I've caused to happen. You know, he can die. Um, and my daughter, I normally, my husband and I would take care of the kids and homeschool them because I am off 3 days during the week. And now I can't do that. So I either abandon my patients at the nursing home by leaving them short-staffed, or I put my family at risk, or I'm just conflicted. I love what I do, but I love my family, you know, probably more.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. It can't be easy. Can we all take a breath just for a minute together? Oh, my goodness. Do you feel complete, Pat? Is there anything you needed to add to that?
No, I wasn't planning on coming today, but I'm glad to be here amongst you.
I am too. I'm so glad that you did. I'm so glad that you did. Thank you for sharing that again. Okay, Stephanie, you'd like to share now?
Sure. You know, I'm not sure what I'm feeling. We're in such unprecedented times as a nation right now. And I really don't take the time to ask myself, how am I feeling? As a counselor, I ask a lot of other people, but when I saw the advertisement for this and I wanted to join, I thought, well, maybe I will take a minute to check in for myself. And then I'm kind of saying to myself, how am I feeling? And I think I would say I feel scared. And there's quite a few reasons for that. You know, I have friends and family who've lost their jobs. Right now, our agency is indicating that we're okay, but the reason I'm scared is our numbers and our participants and our ability to pay our bills through that is low. Our occupancy is down. And without that revenue coming in, I don't know how long we can hold on. And so while right now I think they're holding on and they're telling us it's okay, but I really don't know. And I'm really scared about that. And I don't have any control over it. We're doing what we can to bring people in and have our beds filled. But with everything that's going on, the not being the evictions are on hold, that whole process is affecting us. And so as a person who does have a little bit of control of what they can do, it's just not working right now. So you know, when I came on and I did the breathing, I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I haven't done it in so long. So just the breathing alone has helped me. And so I'm glad I came. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, and I'd like to comment if I could. You know, it's so, I hear this over and over again. People that are caregivers are so busy taking care of everyone else. And you know, the combination of the economic factor and the compassion and empathy that we feel, it can just be an overwhelm. So, and we forget to breathe. You know, we just simply forget to breathe. So thank you for sharing that. I'm glad that was helpful, and I'm so glad that you made the choice to come be with us today.
Thank you.
Stephanie. And Bruce, would you like to share? Bruce, can you hear me?
Get off of mute, it might help.
There we go. Thank you, Bruce.
I just, I was in the same position. I didn't know if I really wanted to come. I've seen about this and I've talked to a few people that told me this would be a good place to come to really get out what you really need. Even if you don't know what you have, you can relieve some tension and stress and everything. And I don't know what it is, or just this whole thing. I don't know if it's the COVID-19 is doing this, or if it's just the people that I take care of with homeless veterans, and it's been stressing me out. Where I almost walked out of work a couple weeks ago. It was just too much. It was everything just. I don't stress that much, or I don't seem like I do. For some reason, it just all builds up in that 2 weeks, and I was just about ready to just drop everything and leave. And I got two different residents that I have now. One got kicked out because he got in a fight with the other one. They used to be really good friends, so I don't know what's going on with them two. But he put a knife to the other guy's throat, and That's what was said, but it's just been, I don't know. I'm right at my end wits, but the last week has actually calmed down a little bit, but I'm still getting texts from both of them. The one that was kicked out and the other one that's still there, and they're still feuding back and forth, and I'm seem like I'm right in the middle of it, and it's just been it's getting me frustrated. And I have to deep breathing and meditation. Seems like that helps. I just need to do a lot more of it. I know if I go and have some more of these sessions, which I plan on signing up for more of these sessions, and so I can get the relief, because I know I need the relief. I'm not going to get it on my own, and I got my wife to try to help me, and she's getting stressed because I'm stressed, and it's making the whole household really go down. And I don't want to take this to work and have everyone else feel my thing, so I try to hide it when I'm at work. But then when I come home, of course, my wife can see that I'm stressed, and I don't need her to be stressed over everything, and she's worried every time I go to work. And it's just been one of those trying times, and I don't know if it's because of what's going on with the country or the COVID-19, or if it's just one of those things. I know we got a big drug and alcohol problem around here, and it just seems like it's gotten worse ever since the COVID-19.
Thank you so much, Bruce. And I'm so glad that you're here too. Seems so often to be the case, the problem. You know, we in the military, we learned to push down our feelings and do our duty, what was in front of us. And I'm sure it's true with all of you, that it's so busy taking care of others and not ourselves. And that's why we're here, because the stress, we just want to help. So thank you for sharing from your heart. I felt overwhelmed while you were sharing. You know, I could really feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. I want to ask us to take just one more breath together, everybody, please. Let it go. Raven, would you like to share, please? Are you ready?
I was a little apprehensive about sharing anything, so I'm glad that some of the other participants were able to go first, because it makes it a little bit easier, because I share some of their sentiments. A lot of what some of them said already really resonated with me. So as I stated before, I work in a nursing home as an independent contractor. And one of the reasons why I took the job was because I have a family member that's actually a resident in the nursing home. And some things had happened in my life where I ended up living with this family member, and he became like a father figure to me. And so when he ended up having to go into the nursing home, I made it a point to ensure that I visited him often. So when the opportunity came for me to go and actually work there, I just jumped right on it. So that gave me the opportunity to see him a lot more often. As Bruce stated before, I probably should have put my number a little higher up, because I didn't realize all of these emotions would come up. You know, I'm experiencing, I'm upset. I feel scared, as well as a little bit like distrustful. The person who I'm speaking of, my family member, is my grand uncle, and he was experiencing some symptoms of COVID, and when it came time for him to be tested, they ran out of the test kits. So I'm upset about that. I'm scared because we're not knowing or wondering whether he has it or not. And it's taking a toll at my home and my family life, because I'm not sure, because of working in that environment and then getting the opportunity to see him, whether I'm transmitting back and forth. So it's been very tough. It's been very tough. And I'm a little disappointed that the place where I'm employed at didn't have enough test kits, not just for my uncle, but for the other residents that may experience these symptoms. So thank you. Thank you for sharing, or allowing me to share. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Raven. Wow. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words here. Can we take one more collective deep breath? I really want to say, I so admire it took courage to show up here today. And isn't it interesting how we think we're fine, and then when we start processing and hearing each other's shares, we find out maybe not so much. So I really want to thank you for being courageous and brave and being willing to go deep and share from your hearts. All right, we have a few minutes left, and I'd like to invite you, if anything came up, maybe while others were sharing, or sometimes we say share and then something else will come up after we're finished, after we've had our time. So I'm wondering maybe if any of you have any insights or new feelings that you're aware of that you weren't aware of when you started, you'd like to share with us now, and take a few minutes to do that. Does anybody have anything? Yeah, Anna, go ahead.
I'd like to just truly take a moment to be appreciative of the opportunity to be with all of you and share a piece of myself and my concerns. I'm proud that we are participating in something that is addressing a current need in our community, instead of waiting till we see the aftermath of what not addressing these types of emotions would do to us. So I'm very proud and thankful for all of you, and can't wait to see you all again.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Yeah, that was huge insight. So from coming from one who it took me decades to realize that anything was going on inside of me from my time in the war. Thank you. Does anybody else, any feelings or insights that came up that you'd like to share with the rest of the group now?
I'm just
Go
glad
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
I was just glad that there is something out there that can help us and help everyone else that does have a problem, and it's a short little time frame that we can have with somebody or with a group.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Bruce. Yeah, it's funny how so often we think we're the only ones and we feel all alone. And this doesn't have to be something that we have to deal with all alone. All right, so we're getting near the end of the hour, and we've got a couple of things thinking about going forward and then closing out. And I'd like to turn the meeting over to Anna to do the rest of the processing. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I would like for us to identify a affirmation. So to participate in an affirmation, please tell me something you feel good about doing. Stephanie, would you go first?
Sure. I feel good about taking bike rides outside and getting some fresh air. And I feel good about loving my spoiled fat cat, Maine Coon, Tommy. Those make me very happy.
Very nice. Very nice. Jim, would you like to go next?
Oh, sure. Put me on the spot. I feel good about being right here with all of you. Yeah, I get scared too. I get scared too. This stuff, and it's not just one thing. It's all of it happening all at once. And yeah, so I feel good about being here and being with you and hearing your stories and your feelings. So thank you.
Great. Thank you. Raven, would you tell us something that you feel good about doing?
Yes, Anna. Usually I feel really calm when I'm next to a body of water. So sometimes I'll just take a drive to the ocean. I won't even have to get out of the car. I'll just be next to it and feel the energy of it. And it kind of lifts my energy as well as calms me down. So I really feel good about being next to large or small bodies of water.
Great. Thank you. Pat, would you please share?
Sure. I feel good about being able to face today and tomorrow and knowing that, you know, there's this kind of support out there, and I think I'll come back.
Thank you so very much. Bruce, would you please share?
I'm looking forward to my vacation time coming in October. I can get away for 2 weeks and hopefully I'm stressed enough to be able to come back and deal with everything. But I feel good about being here and be able to share. And I am definitely coming back as much as I can.
Great. Thank you. I do want to mention that there is a survey that we would love for you to participate in at the end of the session here. I truly invite all of you to come back. We love having you, and this is a learning experience for all of us and an opportunity for growth. I'd like to end this session by reading something for you. We give thanks to places of simplicity and peace within ourselves. We give thanks for places of refuge and beauty within ourselves. As we go, let us search for these places in the world and in others. May we strengthen and protect them as we depart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. That was so beautiful. And thank you, everybody. I hope that you have found some value in this, and I hope to see your beautiful faces again sometime in the future. So again, please do the survey. The feedback is really important to us, and I hope that you just have a wonderful, blessed week.